Sna is an yipper gleurig, itter friaichin maga chanen, and jeher jereg, rui, na jallin brisk tramehen, zijn tele, kerch, kengish, yola, swimming in the clangorous mud between the roots of my two languages, the one that is red, sprinting swift lightnings through my vein, and the other, alien, indifferent, familiar. Well, I was born in a small village called Uig in the north end of the Isle of Skye. At that time, the community I was born to was 99% Gaelic-speaking. I went to school at the age of 5. I was put through immersion in the English language. From that point on, until the age of 12, I began to learn to read Gaelic. Having gone to school and having left school with Gaelic being taught as a dead language, in effect, with no literature later than the early 19th century, how I came to be a Gaelic poet in later life is one of life's great mysteries. Languages, dialects, are a very important way of seeing things. If you speak a dialect, you're bilingual. If you speak standard English and speak, say, Yorkshire, or have access to Yorkshire dialect, or Cockney for that matter, you have access to two registers, two ways of seeing things. In the early stages, I found it nightmarish dealing with ambiguities, because you would lose ambiguities. That a word in one language may have wonderful kind of ambiguities that just didn't transfer to the other languages. The title is An Túr Caillte, which instantly brings us into ambiguity because it translates literally as the lost tower, but túr in Gaelic is also sense, sanity. So it's, in a sense, it's a pun on the idea of the Tower of Babel and the dispersal of languages in that particular motif. Well, I would say if you're a would-be poet in any language, read, and write. Having decided to be a poet at the age of 19, I wrote rubbish for 5 years, working out how it works. To be a poet, to be any kind of creative person, you've got to have on the one hand an amazing arrogance to think that what you have to say is of any interest to the rest of the world, but you've also got to have tremendous humility. You've got to be prepared to accept that what you're saying has no great value whatsoever. But part of the challenge is to try to make it work, and as I say, that applies to any language.